Hi guys, and welcome back to a championship video. Yes, it's the first set of fixtures. Very excited. It seems like it came around so quickly. Let me know in the comments, do you think this is the hardest championship season in a long time? Because to be fair, looking at it, 3 teams came up, 3 came down, and the ones that they've replaced, they all seem stronger. So I'm a bit worried that it's just going to be so difficult, one, to predict the table, which I've already done that video, but 2, to predict the fixtures, because there's so many good teams in this division now. It's going to be difficult, but it's going to make every weekend fun and even more unpredictable. Now, before we get into the predictions, make sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new, and share with your friends. I am very close to 250 subscribers. Hopefully by the time this video goes out, I'll be on 250. Very happy with that. My goal for the end of the season is to double it. So if you can do that for me, that would be amazing. I'd really appreciate it. Let's get in to Friday night's fixture. And the first game to kick us off is between one side that I think will finish rock bottom and another that I think will get promoted. Sheffield Wednesday against Southampton. Now, it may have been harsh to put Sheffield Wednesday bottom, but I just think they will finish there. And going into this game, I just think Southampton have such a strong squad for the Championship that it doesn't really matter what team you put in front of them. I think they'll win quite a lot. So, unfortunately for Sheffield Wednesday, this is their first fixture. The good thing is that they're at home. The bad thing is that I think they might end up losing this one. So I'm going to go 2-0 to Southampton. Next up, it's Blackburn against West Brom. And to be honest, I see both of these teams struggling this season. Blackburn, they always seem to do really well at the start and tail off. I don't think there will be a good start coming. They are struggling financially. There's rumours that their manager may be walking. So they're not really full of positivity at the moment. And it's quite similar for West Brom. Owners really poor. They are in very bad situation at the moment, struggling with money, struggling to keep people happy really, because I know a lot of the fans are very disappointed, and I think that might translate onto the pitch. For me, both these teams will have worse seasons than they did last year, but I think they'll draw this time out. So I'll go 1-1. Next up, it's Bristol City against Preston. Now, both of these sides I see finishing anywhere between 12th and 18th, really. I think they're kind of in that mid to bottom half of the table. I don't think either of them will be near the relegation zone, however. So, for this, I think it's tightly contested. I always fancy Preston for a draw. Alex Scott, I'm guessing, won't be playing for Bristol because it looks like he may be on his way out. So I'm going to go in this one for a draw, 1-1. Two teams that I think highly of this season, Middlesbrough and Millwall, face off. I've put them both in the playoffs. I think this could be a tightly contested game. However, Middlesbrough at the Riverside are very strong. They have been for the past few years. And I just think Millwall away struggled last season. That may repeat itself. And I think both these sides are good defensively. So I'll go for Middlesbrough just to edge this one, 1-0. Norwich against Hull now. Surely Norwich will have a better season than they did last year. Hull are one of those sides that, yes, they just came up from League One. They had a solid first year in the Championship. Can they build on it? I think it will be difficult given how many strong teams are in this division now. I think Norwich will have a better first day of the season than they did last year. So I'll go Norwich to win 2-1. New Boys Plymouth take on Huddersfield. Plymouth will be in their brand new green home kit, which I think is one of the best home kits in the Championship. I think it's going to look great. And we're not used to seeing a green kit in the league. So looking forward to that. And I think they're going to have a good first game as well, because they're going to be a bit unexpected. Steven Schumacher, their manager, has a very nice style of play. I think it's something that Huddersfield will kind of sit back and just try and process and then go forward. But to be honest, I think although Warnock had a great second half of the season last year, which saw them in playoff form, I don't think that's going to carry on. I think Huddersfield will struggle this season. I'm going to go for a good start for Plymouth. Not the win that they want, but down the middle, 1-1. Next up, it's Stoke against Rotherham. And if you have seen my table prediction video, you will know that I've went a bit crazy on Stoke again. I've went for Rotherham to finish in the relegation zone. Stoke are one of those sides that are hard to predict. I always go big on, and they always seem to finish somewhere between 13th and 18th. However, I think this year could be a better year for them. Probably won't, but I've went for it anyway. And I think they'll get off to a very good start. They've got some good attacking players. I think they're full of goals. It's just whether they can keep the ball out. For this one, I'll go Stoke to win 2-0. Watford against QPR now. I think QPR are going to have a very difficult season. Gareth Ainsworth didn't do a great job last year, although they kind of fell off when Beale left. I think Watford will have a better year. I've put them to get into the playoffs. Whether that is too optimistic, I'm not sure. However, I think Watford will come out the winners in this one. So, the Hornets to win 2-1. Swansea take on Blues. And will the Swans sink or swim? Now, I don't know if Swans can sink, but I think Blues will manage to do it. Just because 9 permanent signings through the door, Tom Brady might be on our long throw-ins, definitely not happening, but we'll have to settle for Mark Roberts with that. However, I think we've got some great attacking players now. We've signed some of the loan players we had last year, Bierlich and Sanderson, who bring a lot of stability to the team. Yes, we need a few more additions, but for this game, with Swansea trying to adopt to Michael Duff's new philosophy, which is a completely opposite way of playing to what they're used to under Russell Martin, I think that'll suit Blues perfectly. So I've got Blues to win it 2-1. Going on to Sunday, Leicester take on Coventry. And this is nothing against Coventry. I think they will have a great season. I just see Leicester, first day, at home, absolutely smashing it, having a great return to the Championship. They probably have the strongest squad I've ever seen in this division. I might be overhyping them, but I've just got to go for it. Coventry, as I said, great season, but Leicester, 3-0 win. Another newly relegated side, Leeds, take on Cardiff. I think Cardiff will be struggling this season, somewhere near the bottom, and I can see Leeds at least finishing in the playoffs. Leeds, I did say, would have a very slow start to this season because they've got a lot going on off the pitch and a lot of players changing. However, I do think Leeds will be far too strong for this Cardiff side. They've got some brilliant attacking players. So I'm going to go Leeds to win it 2-0. And finally, Sunderland against Ipswich. This is a very interesting tie, as Sunderland came up last year, got into the playoffs. Ipswich, they just came up for their first year now, and they're going to be aiming somewhere near the playoffs. They are very, very favoured by everybody. They've got a very good manager. They broke the goal scoring record in League One last year, and a lot of people are expecting them to follow in Sunderland's suit. Whether they will, I'm not sure. I didn't go that optimistic, but I thought they will probably finish in the top half. This will be a tightly contested game, but with Sunderland missing Amad Diallo, who was a massive bright spark in their side, I'm going to go for a draw, 1-1. So, those are my opening day predictions. Let me know what your predictions are down in the comments. I'm hoping Blues can get off to a very good start. We've had a lot of positive news recently, so hopefully that will translate onto the pitch. But hopefully all of your sides do well. It's an exciting opening day, and let's hope for some surprises as well.